Joel Embiid, was he referring to himself when he said Miami needs another superstar?
Ooh.
Well, I mean, since you're talking about it, do you think he could, go down there and
I mean,
change fortune?
honestly, if they can make it happen, why not try to make it happen? Honestly, you know what I'm saying. As we've seen before with Philly, Joel Embiid and Butler can play well together. I mean, they showed it that they could play well together. Butler being the closer, or however they wanted to, vice versa, change role, Batman Robin, however you want to call it. But I mean, they pretty much were a good duo. I'm pretty much trying to say. So I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing it if they could make it happen. But it's just who would they will let go, I should say, to send to Philly um, to make that happen. Because I know it will have to be some type of trade or something. Because I think Joel Embiid still has like a year or so left on his contract with Philly. So yeah, like I said, it's a nice gesture, of course, but it's just the fact of if Miami can make it happen, or if Philly GMs can make it happen, is that's the real question. So, but I'm sure he was definitely probably referring to himself. Of course,
Yeah.
he probably wants up out of Philly because clearly that as John would say, the process isn't isn't really working there in Philly. So
Right. That's true. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, him and Jimmy both referenced each other a couple times, saying they wish they were still playing with each other during their little series. They were talking about they miss playing with
really,
each other and stuff. Um, the thing with this is, I guess my question to this is like, is it that big a deal that he said it, right? Because here's the thing: a lot of people are criticizing his leadership, saying, "Oh, he's trying to ask for a trade. He wants out." Blah blah blah. Man, he just said, "Listen, Miami needs another superstar or another star." That's a fair assessment from a lot of people. What's his name? Pat Beverly went on ESPN and said the same thing. He said Jimmy Butler can't win as the best player on his team, but like, no one said, "Oh, is Pat Beverly asking to go play with Jimmy Butler?" Like, no one asked that. So when Joel says it, like they're like, "Oh, he's a terrible leader," blah blah blah. I will say this, and it's more of a question because I don't, I know people are going to roast me for it or something, but like it's a question. I truly don't know. Like, does anyone feel like Shaq was he was kind of like the fun guy? You know what I mean? Like he put up the numbers, all that stuff. But did anyone really think he was like the leader on those Dwayne Wade or Kobe teams, like the mental leader? Like I don't know that. I don't know if, and again, I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just saying I feel like that's who Joel Embiid is. I'm not putting him in the Kevin Durant territory where like he's not like he doesn't want to take over games, whatever. Like I think offensively he wants to take over games. He wants to establish himself, but I don't know that. And then I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not in those huddles, but in the huddle, I don't get that Joel's that guy like a Jimmy Butler, like a whatever. Like I just said, Kobe and Wade and stuff. So I do think that Embiid kind of needs that guy. You know what I mean? He needs his Jimmy Butler. He doesn't need another star, like a superstar. Like you don't need LeBron or Kevin Durant or something, which I think Jimmy Butler's top 10 right now, but I think that's what he needs. I think he needs a Chris Paul or a Jimmy Butler and not a I got a cat here that's really messing with my screen. But I think that's what he needs. I think he needs just someone who's huddle guy more than another star, and so I think they'd be a nice fit. And possibly he's referring to himself. I have no clue. And, he'd have to answer that, but I have no problem with him saying it though.
I mean, I just feel
Yeah.
like honestly, everybody needs another superstar or star, whatever you want to say it. Though, I mean, look at Joel Embiid's situation. He really doesn't have another companion that he can really lean on. Lean on, I should say. Every other team, I should say, has another person that they can possibly lean on. Like you got Tatum can lean on Brown. You know what I'm saying? LeBron's supposed to lean on Davis. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Kawhi got Paul. You know what I'm saying? Devin got Chris. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying this. Joel doesn't have that second piece, I should say. We all thought it was going to, well, I don't say we all, but certain few thought it was going to be James Harden. But I
I mean,
just
it's supposed to be Ben Simmons and then Harden and then but they're not those mental leaders, right?
now, yeah, okay, I can see what you're saying with that for sure, for sure. But I mean, I just don't feel like it's that many others out there, like you said, that might have that mental capacity that you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So